Hi guys, Peter here, and what I'm going to share on this video is really going to give you an insight into why so many people get frustrated coming home motivated or inspired from a seminar or from some level of personal growth, only to try to help other people and see the other people they try to help resist or get temporarily excited and then go out. And I'm going to demonstrate that very simply, because let's say you come back and you are all lit up. You're on fire. You have got all of the insights, you've solved some of the internal issues, you've become inspired, and you are ready to share that, because that's what we want to do. When we feel happy, we want to share that with someone. Why? Because proximity magnifies emotion. That also goes the other way. People say misery likes company. I disagree. I think misery likes miserable company. So, if you are staring at a sunset, for example, and you're feeling joy, you want to hold somebody's hand to be able to share that with, so it lights you up. That's when 1 + 1 becomes 11. So we always want to share high emotional states, whether that's a way of release or bonding through victimhood, or whether that's a way of being able to help other people share in some of the insights that we've got from seminars or books or general inspiration in our meditations, anything like that. But here's what happens. See if you can relate to this. You come back and you're all lit up, you're on fire with life. And you spend some time, you walk in your family, you have your partner here, and you spend some time, and because your enthusiasm is there, bang, you get lit up. And they get lit up, and now they're on fire as well, because you come in as a force for nature and you're so excited, so happy, and you want to share it. And what happens then, you spend some time, with your kids. Oop, there we go, kids are always running around, right? And you inspire your kids, and then you go over and you spend time with your friends, and you inspire your friends. But guess what? Now you come back to your spouse, and after a little while, some of the light goes out. People don't get motivated anymore. They're like, oh God, I was all happy and now it's gone. They go in these waves of like, oh, wow, you're in my space, I enjoy this, and then they don't. And I learned this many years ago when I used to spend time with people and get them excited because they would spend their time talking about their favorite subject, which is themselves, and usually the favorite part of their favorite subject, which is why their life doesn't work. And as a student of personal growth and development since I was 17, by my sort of mid-20s, I had years of experience on how to solve problems, how to set goals, how to overcome challenges. And that enthusiasm would hone in on somebody that was telling me their problems. So I would sort of fire hose them with all of the strategies that I knew, and my enthusiasm would rub off on their enthusiasm. And then guess what would happen? Let's say I'd recommend a book like Think and Grow Rich. And I'd leave them in the bar and they're all excited, and I'd go away and I'd be feeling good about myself because I helped somebody else. I lit their candle. And what would happen? A week later I'd see that person again. I'd be like, oh wow, how are you getting on with the book? And they'd be like, oh yeah, what was the name of the author again? And they've gone, their light's gone out. And I realized that if I spent my life trying to light everybody else's candle, it would be exhausting and ultimately fruitless. You see, the key, my friends, to inspire other people is not by trying to help them, not by trying to impose your model of the world onto them, not by trying to tell them what works, because all they're hearing is that what I'm doing right now isn't working, isn't good enough, and therefore it triggers the fear they're not enough. So what do? They may get inspired in the moment, but they won't accept the awareness deep down. Why? Because the cost of awareness is responsibility, and most people are just not ready to take that yet. What you can do if you want to help, which I know you do, is a different strategy. When I discovered this, it changed everything in my life. It stopped me being exhausted trying to help other people by going and fixing them or going to try and help them, or even if they wanted to help. Instead, what I concentrated on was being the best version of myself that I could be, to shine my candle as brightly as I could. And when I would walk through the room, at that point, those that were ready to light would light. Those that weren't, wouldn't. Because now I'm leading by example and invitation. And when you start living your life by being the example and the invitation without worrying about what everybody else does, whether they're following you, whether they're not, whether they agree with you, whether they don't, they're on their journey. And when you can come to that level of realization, if you're a teacher and your students don't perform and you know what you're teaching is right in the right way, then don't judge yourself by the results of the students. That's a measure of their learning, not your teaching. Instead, become the example and the invitation. What you don't want to be is being somebody who tells other people how they should be, but you're not embodying that in your own life, because that is disingenuous and it'll never, ever have a long-term impact. Instead, shine your candle so brightly that when you walk through the room, those that are ready to light will spontaneously combust. And I promise you, you'll live a far less stressful and a far more joyous life and impact far more people around you for the long-term greater good. Thank you, my friends. I love you. I'll see you on another video soon. Hey, Peter here. Hope you enjoyed that video. But remember, knowing and not doing is the same as not knowing. It's not about being passively entertained. It's about applying what you've learned in your life to make a difference. If you enjoyed that, please subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. And if you really want to make a difference, hit the share button and share this with somebody you care about. Let's see if we can make the world a little better place.